From two different press conferences about this shooting at the Annunciation Church and School. Inside the church where they were having a morning mass on the second day of school. 2 children are dead, 17 injured, 7 critical patients.
I want to be clear about something. This is my city, so I got a right to speak on it. This town I grew up in. This happened around Diamond Lake Road. Very, very nice community. You know, you got to have some paper to get over there on Diamond Lake Road. I did this video before when I was telling you guys about South Minneapolis when we went through Nicollet Avenue. Diamond Lake Road, man, on over there on 52nd and Bryant and all those places like that, you got to have big paper over there. Yeah, you can't be no small fry. All the houses are 600K. And I was getting ready to say, because I did another video edit, I knew this wasn't no brother. You know why? Because they would have did like Rampage Jackson. They would have rampaged him. They would have said, oh, Roger did this and he did that. It's his father's fault. You're not going to see any death threats to his family. We want to know, this dude that did this, he's a trans person. Where the LGBT at? Because with black folks, when stuff happens, they point right to us. I want to know where his parents, what kind of charges are they going to face? And this is also the governor's fault for propagating this garbage. He done made it to where these psychopaths that don't know who they are, what they are, can jump up and do stuff like this because people don't agree with their way of life.
At the trauma center in Minneapolis. But since you're on scene, describe to us what you're seeing and what you're hearing.
Yeah, thank you so much. The scene all this morning is
now keep in mind, y'all, this is this is a little later. This is later in the day. I'm kind of getting this because the live stream it wouldn't capture everything. But there's 2 people that's unalived. I mean, this is really a tragedy. What happened to these kids? This means that this was, I almost thought it was a sleeper cell. This means somebody targeted these children. And I kind of wish this bastard was alive so he could go to state prison. They should send his ass down to Angola to do stuff like this. But I'm really feeling kind of like the governor, he pushes this garbage because it's an insanity. It's insane for somebody to go, and they're already making excuses for him, talking about, well, he just wanted to be famous. Everybody that wants to be famous doesn't do this.
incredibly intense. It's emotional. I'm person after person, I'm looking into the eyes of these parents that are just recovered their kids. They're red-eyed. They're crying as they're walking out. Parents rushing out with kids on their shoulders, holding their hands, just thankful that they're reunited. And some of them stopped to talk. Others, obviously, too distraught. I saw now they're doing, law enforcement right now is going through home by home in the neighborhoods, trying to make sure there's no other evidence. They're going through recycling bins. They have dogs out.
I want charges. I want their parents to be in handcuffs, just like how they do us. Put them in handcuffs and put them in a paddy wagon. Because first of all, this person they say identifies as trans. What they're going to start trying to do is they're going to start using the narrative that, well, this is just a fringe wolf. This is an isolated condition. It's an isolated incident. No, it's not. Soon as these folks get upset, now you got to think this is an attack on the Catholic Church. This is an attack on faith. So you didn't just do this for fame. You could have did this anywhere. You specifically targeted a Catholic church because you had some inner workings. These I'm telling you, most of these folks that think like this person, they're psychopaths. They're psychopaths. And the parents need to be in handcuffs, sitting in a federal building, answering questions tonight. Just like Roger. They went straight to his father, right?
Just watching people coming out. And I did run into a priest. He was not a priest at Annunciation, but he was nearby. When he heard what happened, he said he went into the church just so that he could help talk to the parents and like, I think we have a soundbite here. We can listen to a little bit of what
people joined just to try to offer some support.
Well, I didn't know I could fast forward. It's on now.
And some sense that we're asking God to help in this situation.
Yeah, I want charges. I want charges on the parents.
There are no words to capture the evil and the horror, the gravity of the tragedy, and the absolute pain that priest and the have seen on the faces of the parents.